Horses have been a huge part of my life. Since I don't remember the first time I ever rode. It was just always something we did. I grew up 30 miles from town, which was probably really good for me. I had to go home and ride horses and practice no matter what, and it did definitely shape who I am, working around the house and at the feed yard.
Every little boy wants to be like his dad. My dad raises bucking horses, and he rode bareback horses when he was my age. I remember my first time getting on. I just remember being so scared. The night before, I could barely sleep. I was 12 years old at the time. Getting on a pony, to me, it was just this life-changing event that I was about to do. I just remember getting up with a face full of dirt and thinking, I want to do that again.
What do you think it takes?
You know, Gavin would possess a lot of the qualities that come to mind. So number one, I think physically you have to be in that top tip shape. But number two, you start to move into the mental side of it. I think you just have to be so calm. I mean, you have to explode with energy when the gate opens, and then jump for jump, you have to be there. You can't think about it, you have to just react.
Trinity Valley was a little bit of a tougher one. We made a really good ride. That horse fired out of there really quick, very snappy horse. I think we ended up placing third in the round. We were able to keep our name in the hat for the region championship.
In rodeo, you do have to get used to losing. Like, you lose a lot. That's part of it. Trinity Valley was a little bit humbling compared to the first two, for sure. In the goat tying, I don't mind if they're a little wilder, but if one's gonna be wild, they all need to be wild. I drew really bad in the goats compared to everyone else's. It wasn't the same playing field. So I did the best I could. I made a decent run, and I was a couple out of the short go. In the breakaway, you definitely want all the calves to be consistent because so much can happen in 2 seconds. If some are slow and some run on, like, that completely changes the game. I didn't do a great job scoring. It just was what it was. I went home and regrouped for the next one. I think I was worn out. That was the first college rodeo in my entire college career that I had not made the short go in either event. So I was driving home when everyone else was competing, which that doesn't really sit well with me. You can't really harbor it. You have to just keep going and focus on all the things you did right. That's usually what I try to think about.
I think in the breakaway, you've got to be quick mentally, physically. In the corner, I need to see what I need to see start-wise, and you've got to go. And then the other is you know, you draw something really good or really bad, it doesn't matter, you have a plan.
I drew terrible, actually. I watched my video on that calf, and then I looked at the notes, and the notes said fast and trashy. So I was like, oh boy, this will go well. I actually made one of the best runs of my life. I was a 1.9, and it was fast. I was quite injured after last weekend. I really needed to make a comeback. So I made a great run. I was really proud of myself, and that put me to the lead in the region going into our last rodeo.
Texas, top 3 Cowboys in competition tonight. Gavin French and number 2 Cowboys working for us.
Go Gavin, strong markout, be aggressive.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, make a noise for 80 big horse. 0.
Mike made that swoop to the right. It felt pretty cool. Felt really good. It just stacked up and it was a ton of fun. Right now I'm sitting first, and so I think that may put me back in the lead for the region too.
Huge storm, actually. Apparently it's been raining since like 9 a.m. Absolutely pouring, hail, tornadoes. Hills likes the mud anyway, so.
Madalyn's event in the goat tie, and all the girls are looking at what kind of goat does I have. Does he go left? Does he go right? Does he stay? I've been in this long enough that I think everything has dropped 2 seconds.
Boots are gonna get all muddy. I should have got different ones. I'm so sad.
Horses are so much faster. They're getting off of them, going faster. Back when I was in college, girls' horses actually stopped and they jumped off and went down there. Today, that'd be silly. As soon as they come flying down the arena, they are making adjustments.
Wow. Fast hands right there. 6.6. Wow.
Bradley and I were first and second, so we knew that Hillsboro was going to decide the winner. It was a very slim margin. It was really anybody's ball game at that point. I feel like in those situations where you know you have to win, I feel like that's where I do some of my best work.
This year, this my show. Not a quarter, but I came close. Then the drums start beating, then the lights turn on.
We done? Have fun.
Very nice job. He's down, Hillsboro. He can hear you now. Hand that young man off to Aggie. Thank you guys so very much. And you're going to like this score, buddy. 84 points straight to the top of the leaderboard. That's why he's the #1 man in the region.
So this entire year, it's been building up to that moment, and for all that stress and to be relieved and finally see my goal accomplished, it was such a blessing.
And first in the breakaway, Madalyn Richards. Women's all around, Madalyn Richards from A&M. Don't forget your back guard. Champion women's team, Texas A&M.
Going back to the college finals means a lot to me. That's obviously what I worked for all year, and it's one of the most fun weeks of the whole year. I can't wait to go back, especially in both events this year, because I'm going to be going for the all-around, the breakaway, and the goats.
Well, good job, good year. Let's go kick some ass and Casper. Sorry, dang it.
Rodeo time in Casper.
Ever since I left here last year, winning this has been on my mind. This year my goal is to just give it everything I have. I don't want to leave anything on the table here at the finals.
This junior from Texas A&M University could be the #1 lady in the nation if things go well.
I think that's the fastest time of the week, actually.
She's won the all-around in her region, but has yet to win a national title.
That's exactly what I need to do in order to give myself a chance in the all-around.
That's the most confident I've ever felt on a bucking horse.
The time to think about changing things, think about how we're riding, that's over. Now it's do the same thing we did all year to win the region, and now we just go do that and win the nation.